Is Ruto doing to Gachagua what Uhuru did to Ruto? Gachagua's deadly retaliation. On the surface of things, it appears that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua had a tiff with fellow leaders from the Mount Kenya region and is looking to mend fences as he solidifies his position as the region's kingpin, being the most senior in government from the House of Mumbi. But actually, it is much deeper than that. Twists and turns in Kenyan politics are very normal and are to be expected. However, there is this recent one that is off the charts and suggests looming major political realignments in the country that could be a serious threat to the Ruto presidency. On the surface of things, it appears that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua had a tiff with fellow leaders from the Mount Kenya region and is looking to mend fences as he solidifies his position as the region's kingpin, being the most senior in government from the House of Mumbi. But actually, it is much deeper than that. And let us start this story with what Gachagua himself is saying. On Friday, October 6th, whilst discussing the rift with Uhuru Kenyatta on Inuro TV, Gachagua made it known that he was looking to have a conversation with Uhuru in an effort to bring Mount Kenya together as the 2027 general election draws near. Now that sounds like some neat narrative that is easy to see through because 2027 is not exactly around the corner. And in politics, even 1 week can be eternity. Actually, Gachagua's most serious political problems stem from deep inside the UDA High Command. And these problems were brought to the fore rather dramatically by the recent cabinet reshuffle that saw more power being handed over to the very man Gachagua has been very wary of in recent months. And that is Chief Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. In the world of politics, power struggles and betrayals are not uncommon occurrences. It now seems that history is repeating itself as President William Ruto finds himself in a situation similar to what he experienced in the past, albeit as a victim with Uhuru as president. Ruto is finding it necessary to sideline his second-in-command and dilute his powers by making somebody else more powerful by the day, precisely what Uhuru did with Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i, the genesis of the rift. Ruto insiders have been heard to complain right from the beginning that the problem with Gachagua is that he overrates the role his Mount Kenya region played in making Ruto president. And that sounds like something Azimio supporters would quickly jump on as yet more evidence that the 2022 presidential elections were stolen from Raila and there were no real votes from central Kenya. The troubles that Gachagua has suffered with the pecking order in government and where he's supposed to fit in stems from Ruto insiders' retaliation to emphasize to him and others that Ruto does not really need the Mount Kenya region. The stern message is simple: shape up or leave. Admittedly, this warning is being implied with the belief amongst Ruto aides that Gachagua has nowhere to go, more so because he lacks any real political clout inside and outside the Mount Kenya region. What makes Ruto insiders even more confident is the fact that Gachagua's Kikuyu community has no political party to fall back to in the event that Gachagua would think of leading a mass walkout of UDA for the community, thanks to the clinical way in which Ruto dismantled the Jubilee Party. And that is why Gachagua now seems to have pulled out all stops to prove them wrong. Gachagua's retaliation. Whispers in political circles claim that Gachagua's plan is deep and is anchored in uniting the Kikuyu community from both sides of the political divide. The idea is to prop up such an outfit as a powerful entity that will negotiate with the UDA party from a position of strength on behalf of the most populous community in the country. It is expected that those within Azimio will not have to leave the coalition to join the new Mount Kenya grouping, and neither will Gachagua have to leave the deputy presidency, meaning that Gachagua can deal with his enemies from within while still in UDA and in office as second-in-command. Now, isn't that exactly what Ruto did to Uhuru, albeit with the Kalenjin and Kikuyu communities in 2008 after the handshake between Uhuru and Raila. It is not lost on keen political observers that such a move would greatly weaken UDA and even possibly bring it down, leaving it as a mere shell with remnants of Ruto's own Kalenjin community. Read the full article of this super fascinating analysis by Chris Kumakucha in the Kumakucha blog. Find the link to that story in the description area below and also pinned in comments. Bottom line of what Chris is saying is that we should expect a full-blown rebellion and serious crisis within the UDA party to become clearly visible very soon.